Hello and welcome to DriveSpark. This is Bharadwaj and I am meeting one of the most inspirational people coming from Bangalore. We meet the Bengaluru Kid, who is a racer from Bangalore, and we meet his dad as well, who is supporting his kid's career to an extent, and his name is Hareesh Parandhaman. So as it goes, when you teach something, there is a saying that teach them young and they will trust the process. That is what Hareesh Parandhaman has done with Shreyas, starting him young in the two-wheeler motorcycle racing. And today we are going to know how their journey is and what are their aspirations in going towards the road to MotoGP. So let's get started. Welcome to our channel, both of you guys.
Thank you, Team DriveSpark.
Thank you so much, and we are lovely. It is a lovely stage. We are at IBW. We are surrounded by motorcycles, but there is an inspiring story from both of you, and we want to certainly let our viewers also know that how the racing stage is very nascent in India, and what are the challenges that you are facing while making Shreyas his career in the racing series. And we will also talk about his achievements. He has already done a lot and put Bangalore and India in map in world stages. But first, starting with what inspired you to push Shreyas in racing?
So I think Shreyas himself inspired me to put him into racing. He showed some amazing skills on the cycles at an age of 5, and I spotted that, but I wasn't sure, whether he would like motorcycles. So, but we realized that he's not your regular kid who will go to school and study or take up a corporate job. We realized he's more an athlete and a life skill kid, not the bookish and the computer kind of kid. So we put him into about 10 different sports, and basketball was where he really did well. And he started at the age of 7. He was playing for a club.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
okay.
And he would play with the big boys.
Okay.
With all his limitations of height and size.
Okay.
And then motorcycling happened by chance. A friend of mine purchased a motorcycle for his son.
Okay.
And it's the generator type.
The two-stroke, small motorcycles. Yeah.
And he called me on a Friday and he said, "What are you doing this Sunday?" I said, "Nothing particular." He said, "Shreyas, I'm picking you all up and we're going to the track." He said, "What track?" So we just went. He said, "My son is keen. Shreyas is all the time talking about motorcycles, so let's teach both these kids to ride." So for an hour or so, my friend tried to teach his son, and you have to bend down. You have to hold the bike, small bike. So his back started to pain. And he said, "I'm done now. I need a break." Shreyas is done. So we don't have any gear or anything. Everything was there. So I borrowed the helmet and I put the helmet onto Shreyas' head. And he said, no, not just helmet. He has to wear the chest guard.
Chest guard.
So I turned to pick the chest guard and I turned back. This guy is gone. I never had to hold his hand. He just rode.
It comes very natural to him, and that's when probably you realize that apart from basketball, there lies some sport that he will be very good at.
So his mom was there too that day.
Okay.
So everybody was shocked.
Yeah.
Because it's not normal.
Yes.
But in his mind, he had figured everything out.
Yes.
He just had to be put on a motorcycle and he needed that throttle. The moment he got it, he was gone.
Amazing. So that's the beginning of Shreyas' motorcycle career.
No looking back.
Yeah. And actually, I saw on one of your leaflets that Shreyas was sitting on an RD 350, and that sort of gives the overall idea of how Shreyas came up in his career, and sort of gives the backtrack of that is how.
Yeah, the RD 350 had a very important role, I think, for him mentally, because he would sit on the tank in the front and he would hold the inside of the handle. So when I'm riding, he's already
riding.
He's figured out most.
Okay.
So for other parents, what I would say, so if you want to take your child down that path, I think sitting them in front of you on a motorcycle, that has more of a flat tank. So, the
Yes.
child is stable. And the RT350, my bike had that crash guard in
Crash
the
guard,
front,
yes.
so his leg goes in the right position.
Yes.
I didn't realize all this then.
All this
but
then.
now, on hindsight, it starts to make sense now.
Absolutely.
He figured it all out.
Absolutely. So that's the humble beginning, and certainly that's what put him on the world stages as well. Speaking of world stages, Shreyas has now competed in a lot of national and international races as well.
Right.
I want you to give a brief of what his racing career is and how what was his first race to what is his latest race, where did he go, and I also know that he's competed in the miniGP series as well. So how was his racing career from where it started and where did it come till now?
So Shreyas started racing last year. He's only in his second year of racing. And this is a testament to the fact that he's a quick learner.
Okay.
Normally kids, any rider would take 4 to 5 years to even win the national championship. Or to come to that level to put up a fight
Correct.
in the top.
Correct.
Shreyas in his first year itself, at the age of 11, won a national level race on the TVS Apache 200.
200,
in
yes.
the Rookies Cup.
Rookies Cup.
He's got a first. That was his first in his name in the field of racing.
Okay.
Then at the age of 12, he competed in the Group D.
Okay.
Again at MMSC in the National Championship.
Okay.
And rode with riders who are twice his age. And again put in a first. So I put him only in one race because there are 40 riders on the track and they're all big boys.
Got it.
But just to see
potential.
Where he
so that he can also get
and benchmarking.
Correct.
He did benchmarking.
Correct.
So for that purpose he rode.
Correct.
And he came first. He beat
Fantastic.
the big boys too. Again another first to his name.
Yeah.
And also he became the first Indian miniGP champion. So this is a 10 round championship.
Yes.
So it's not about one race. So and it's based on a point system.
Point system.
So
like how a MotoGP would run.
Yeah.
Yes.
And on very similar lines of
Yes.
MotoGP.
Yeah.
Right? And since he became the Indian champion, he also qualified to represent India at Valencia in the World Championship final.
One of the tracks that Valentino Rossi is known for. Yeah, it's a dream.
It's a dream
definitely.
for any rider.
Yeah.
For him just to be there, to soak in that whole MotoGP environment. That pass says, MotoGP participant, Shreyas Hareesh, India. That itself is
a feeling that
it's a very big
even for you it might have been a momentous occasion. Definitely. So Shreyas had a very glorious racing career till now, and I'm from Bangalore, and it certainly I could take pride in telling someone that, dude, there is a kid right here from our town who is representing India in international stages. On that note, let me speak to the man himself. Hi Shreyas. So why the number 39?
I used to like, when I started motocross, I used to like Ranger Boy Eagle. And in tarmac, I always used to like Casey Stoner and Marcus.
Casey Stoner and Marcus. Okay, why Casey Stoner?
His lines are very different and his style is very good.
Okay, so currently at the current standing, who is there at MotoGP? Who is your favorite rider? Marc Marquez. Okay. And I also saw one of your photos where you had a photo with Alex Rins, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
How did you feel when you went there? And where did you click that photo?
Yeah, it was great. I felt like first time.
You felt like, you're meeting a hero, right? So, and where did you click that photo? At the Valencia when you visited the GP?
Fast track.
Okay.
And Alex Rins came and clicked that photo with me.
Okay, Alex Rins came and clicked the
After the
photo
race,
with
he
you.
came to the India
Yes,
pit and clicked.
yes, and he had put us saying that future champ. So how did it make you feel?
Yeah, first time Indian, they are posting about the Indian. So
Okay.
really nice.
You felt very proud and you felt very happy about it. Okay. Now let me ask you one more question. What do you do when you're not racing? You go to school
Yeah,
And how are you with studies? Will your dad tell you always to study, or like when you're not racing, what will he tell you?
Let's focus on the fitness part.
Fitness. Okay. And you play around with your friends as well. Well, basketball. I'm sure your dad told that you're good at basketball. What do you prefer, racing or basketball?
Racing.
Racing. But you will also want to play basketball as well to keep your fitness. Yeah. Great. So on that note, Hareesh,
I just want to add one point.
Sure.
He mentioned about fitness. You
Yes.
asked him about his spare time. Most people have the misconception that
Huh?
motorcycling is all about sitting on a bike and giving the
Yes.
Just to share with you,
Yes.
at the age of 12, Shreyas does 50 kilometers of cycling, 25
Wow.
kilometers one way,
Uh-huh.
water break, and 25 kilometers back.
Okay.
Bangalore, from our home to airport and
Okay.
back. Okay. Almost every day.
Every day.
Then he does 45 minutes of gym.
Yeah.
So
Uh-huh.
weight
Uh-huh.
training and
Uh-huh.
drills in the gym. And then he does 45 minutes of swimming.
Oh wow.
Yeah. To race, most people think motorsport is fun.
Fun.
It's like
No.
any other sport.
Yeah.
And physical strength, mental strength. So we haven't spent much time on his mental strength
Yes.
because he's by birth strong.
Mentally strong. He
So,
has single
but,
focus.
Things like yoga,
Yeah.
meditation,
Yeah.
these help a lot.
Absolutely.
Since we are just a two-person
Team.
we don't. There's only a limited bandwidth,
Yes.
and we can only do that much.
Yes.
But
Absolutely.
yeah, once he gets into a professional team,
Yes.
once we have the sponsorships,
Yeah.
and we can
Yeah.
have support system. And when we have the support system, definitely we are going
He
to
can-
branch
he-
into more aspects.
Definitely.
Right now, just focusing on basics.
Basics. Great. So I understand. He has given me serious goals based on what fitness he is doing. Probably not only racers will not only inspire them in terms of motorcycle, be it all ages, they would need to maintain fitness in motorsports, and they would inspire other people in terms of fitness level as well. And that is what I've seen from you both. Like how you guys are coordinating with limited resources right now without having any sponsors. But I'm sure with more sponsors on board, you'll be able to branch out better, and even Shreyas can concentrate even more on fitness and even mental fitness as well. And you would also get some breathing time to even look at what other aspects that he can grow, so that you will not be limited by that structure that is there right now. So on that note, speaking about challenges, I'm sure you both would have faced many challenges, even though Shreyas is very much focused on racing and you are very much focused on bringing Shreyas up in racing career. I'm sure you would have faced a lot of challenges, be it monetary, be it physical, because you'll have to run around and you will have to still support his career. What are the main challenges, and how are these challenges that you have overcome, and what would you require more to overcome the current challenges that you have?
So the first challenge was I had to take a very big step in my career. For 22 years, I'm in the field of anti-cancer medicines.
Oh wow!
I'm
Okay.
a biotechnologist.
Wow. Okay.
And, my primary job is anti-cancer.
Okay.
But I gave all that up for him, and since he's a very focused kid, that was a big step. So for the last 5 years, I haven't had any salary, so there's no income at all. So what I had saved for his future education,
Yes.
so with those funds we are managing, and
Okay.
we've come in so far. And he's reached the top Indian position, and he's representing it.
Wow, excellent.
One of the other challenges that I faced is also the fact that we come from a non-racing family,
Yes.
so he doesn't have a surname
Yes.
in racing.
Correct.
So he had to make his identity, make his mark
Yes.
purely on his own ability.
Ability.
9 out of 10 people in racing today
Yeah.
come from a racing family.
Racing
Father
family.
would have raced, grandfather would have raced.
Yes.
For them, they know the whole sport.
Correct.
They have the resources.
Correct.
They know everything.
Correct.
For us, it's a huge learning.
Learning.
So we make mistakes, and we learn from those
Learn from that.
mistakes.
Okay.
So, the best part, like I said earlier, is he's a quick learner.
Yes.
So once the mistake happens, and we discuss it and we correct it, whether it's technical, whether it's racing related, all of that. Then he moves on from there.
Okay.
The current challenge that we are facing. So before I touch on that challenge, so Shreyas lap time in Spain was 45.
Okay.
It was in the 45.
Okay.
The Italian rider who won the championship did a 44. So
1 second,
1.3 seconds behind the
fastest rider.
He's not like he's 6 seconds or 10
Correct.
seconds.
Correct.
So we strongly believe that that gap is bridgeable.
Okay.
And therefore, for this year, we are planning to take him to Spain for
Training. Okay.
Not for 1 week or 10 days, but for a
longer period,
3 to 4 months.
Where he can understand and we can develop his skill.
With those kids, train under those professional
Correct.
trainers.
Correct.
Their daddy would just be a driver, drive him to that track, and bring him back. That's all. There, the training level is different. The way they
expose the kids is totally different. Totally different level.
I'm totally convinced that that
is the future for him.
And the biggest challenge we are facing right now is the sponsorship for that, because most even companies whom we are talking to are talking about the races. But before the races, there is an investment in training or preparing the rider for the race.
Correct.
First year we went to Spain without knowing what is the standard. So we went blind. Now we know what is that standard. We know what is that gap. And now we have to work to bridge that gap.
Yes.
We know everything. What we need is the resources. So through your platform,
yes, please.
I would try to make a humble appeal to the corporates and to the high net worth individuals and the philanthropists to please
reach forward and definitely on we would resonate with whatever your plea is and also whatever your request is. India needs to be on a grand platform. We have the talent. We have talent like Shreyas who can take India to newer heights in international levels and eventually reach MotoGP, where our Indian flag will fly high. And for that, apart from skills, always there is another section, that is the monetary involvement that comes to build the rider, and not for any other thing, to build the rider, to give the right training, to give the right schooling, to give that mindset. That kind of monetary involvement is required to get the training. So on that note, we would definitely urge all our sponsors and automotive brands to come up and support our Bengaluru Kid. And for sure, we are confident that their brand name will be portrayed in the World Series as we know it, called the MotoGP.
A great case and example is badminton.
Yes.
Just look at what Pulela Gopichan, PV Sindhu, and Saina Nehwal.
Yes.
They changed the sport.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it takes one rider, one racer.
Yes. To change the whole sport.
And then the whole sport will change.
Absolutely. On that note, Hareesh, I would like to ask you one last question. What is your one word to all the parents out there who you would want to promote their kids to racing? What would you want to tell to their parents, be it racing, sport or anything? Probably
I would like to speak in general, not
about motorsport.
Do not force your kid to take up a sport because you love it. Give them the chance to play different sports, see what they like, and let them choose their path.
Yes. So on that note, we wish Hareesh and Shreyas all the best, and we are definitely confident that they will be representing India on the grand stage of MotoGP in the coming years. And thank you for your time. We certainly are inspired by your journey, by your hardships that you faced and still keeping at it. That is something needed for any form of sport. Consistency is something that is very much in need. And on that note, thank you both of you, and we wish you guys all the best. And someday we will come again, do this interview where Shreyas is sitting on a MotoGP motorcycle.
Just wanted to put in a thank you note to Team India Bike Week, and especially Darius, and who's understood what we are trying to do here, father and son. and also the team DriveSpark.
Thank you so much.
I think like they say, no sport is an individual sport; it's a team sport.
Team sport.
So and our team is India's.
Yes. Thanks a lot.